what I find interesting in non-duality is that it it is the core message of a lot of different traditions. I was a lot in Christian mysticism, in Dzogchen, in Kashmir Shivaism, Sufism, and there is many more, and the Vedas, and there is many more that are very interesting. But the core of their message is non-duality. The core message is the indivisible wholeness and all-encompassing of reality, and that's really the core message. And what I find very, very, very interesting with non-duality, as I understanding, as I understand it, and as I teach it, is that it takes the essence of the message prior of this message being interpreted in a specific way, because this message is present in the history of humanity, in everywhere in the very powerful tradition. This understanding is at the source and at its core, but this message gets tainted by the specific period of history, by the specific understanding, by the specific social history of where it is arising. And now we are arriving at a time where it is very amazing to see that we are able to talk directly about this message without putting some package around it. We are in a amazing period because we are open enough, we are sensitive enough, and we are ready to accept and to cross this open door that is non-duality, this revelation of the unity of all beings and all things. And I find this very beautiful. At the same time, there is a challenge there because, of course, language, words are concept. So there is a challenge in trying to express with words, with concept, something that is beyond beyond the mind, that is beyond beyond the conceptual understanding. So there's a challenge, but there is some beauty, and that's why I think my work and my teaching as an art form. An artist, that a painter that is trying to represent an image. In fact, what he's trying to do, he's trying to reproduce the light. Right? He's trying to take this infinite experience of light that is in the visual field, and he's trying to reproduce it in a way. Or if you want, another example is he's feeling something. He has an emotion that is non-conceptual, that is inexplicable, that is a mystery, and he's trying to give form to this emotion in a visual way. The same for the artists that are more into music. They're trying to express something that is non-conceptual with an art form. Well, the challenge of of teaching non-duality is I'm using the very thing that is preventing this realization. So this conceptual layer that is constantly analyzing and making interpretation of what is here, of this infinity that is here, I'm using this as an expression. So I'm doomed from the start. But the good news for me is that there is no goal and there is no perfection, and that's why I use this idea of art form. This teaching is an art form. It's not about being accurate, is not about being um, precise of reaching some success. Is more to give inspiration, to give you inspiration, to give you the flavor and the taste of it, so you can by yourself explore your own experience. And this is what was very impactful for me, because after decades of exploring, of reading books, of not understanding different tradition, because of course each tradition, depending on the period of time and history and the country and the social um, layer of the teacher, it comes with a very, very different taste. And the taste is so different that it can even seem that they are talking about something completely opposite. But when I was introduced to the non-duality, to this essence of non-duality, I had this revelation that all of the teaching are expressing this beautiful, wonderful, mysterious, unfathomable, endless presence that we are. This actuality that is here. It is simply that they are expressing it in different ways. And suddenly, a lot of the struggle that I had, like because I felt that I needed to be loyal to a specific tradition. Like I have to choose one teacher or one tradition, keep within and absorb the teaching, absorb the language, absorb the way of living. And I realized no, it has nothing to do about this. It is something that is way more, uh, way more simple than all of this. But it's not a negation of those expressions. It's not a negation of if you want to become a monk, well, do it. If you want to become a priest, well, you can do it. If you want to go in a cave, you can do it. If you want to have a family, you can do it. I mean, it's not about how it appears to be. It's really something else. And this is what is very, very interesting about non-duality, because it is the the essence of the teaching, and is trying to point toward look for yourself in your experience. And this is the message that I get all of the the tradition, the words, all of this. It's on the superficie. It's superficial. The core of the message, and this is what I got, was look for yourself at your experience. And this is where something really changed within me. And it was beautiful, and that's why I'm very passionate about this. And because often people come to me, and I can see that yeah, there is this uh, still this confusion about is not an intellectual understanding. So it's not really about who is right or who is wrong. It's about what we are and what is experiencing right now. So it has nothing to do about right or wrong, good or bad, or some philosophical argument. Yeah. And many of the attributes that I wanted to get, like peace, like tenderness, happiness, and love, and all of these emotion that we seek, well, they start to be natural and spontaneous. And I see that there is no need to struggle to change what we are. And in this very realization, I realize that I cannot make myself tender. I cannot not make myself nice or loving. Yeah, I think this is nothing to do. So yeah, it is very, very interesting. This word non-duality, and and trying to point toward this fact of what we are. And the and now I have a lot of pleasure of reading books. I still read books about non-duality, and I enjoy many different style of presentation. But I'm not fooled about the package, because I know that the gift is not the package. The gift is what is inside, and the gift is always the same, and that's the beauty. In the next video, I'm gonna we are gonna do a small exploration, a small meditation on that. So enjoy.